Hello everyone. It's been a long time since I posted any video on the YouTube channel of Acadflix. There's an announcement which I'm going to make in this video. So watch this video till the end. You will find a very useful information. Due to lots of research work and my PhD proposal, I was not able to post any videos on the channel from the last 6 months. But the wait is over, and now I'm going to launch three very special series on my channel. So these series will be really helpful for those who are preparing for NTNet or preparing for GATE Computer Science, or in general if you are a university student also. Okay, so there's a book which I'm going to suggest, and there are some questions which I'm going to solve in this series. So today is just the introduction about this series, what I'm going to teach in this series. There will be videos in all the series 1, series 2 and series 3. So let me introduce you what I'm going to teach in this series of videos. We are going to launch three very special series, and all the series will be available for free on my YouTube channel, and you will be happy to see what I'm going to launch now in the next upcoming 1 or 2 months. Okay, so video recordings has already started. I'll be posting the videos. So one of the series is which I actually posted earlier also. When I started my YouTube channel, I started a series on computer system programmer's perspective. So I got a very good feedback on this book. So I will continue this, and this is really a very amazing book. Any student who is computer science student, either he is from BCA or BSc Computer Science or BTech or MCA, MSc or MTech, everyone should study this book. Okay, this book is really awesome. So these are the three series which I am going to launch. The first series is the videos will be on computer system programmer's perspective. If you do not have time to study this book completely, so do not worry, I will be posting very short explanatory videos for each of the chapter from this book. And second is most popular and most weighted series, that is GATE Overflow book solution. So if you do not know about GATE Overflow book, I think anyone who is preparing for GATE Computer Science is aware of GATE Overflow group, right? So this is a very cumulated work which has been done in over last 10 years. So this is a website which is managed by Arjun Suresh sir, and lots of questions are being collected at one place for GATE Computer Science students, and the solutions are given by toppers of GATE. Okay, so this book is having all the questions of GATE Computer Science, ISRO, BARC, NTNet. So we will be solving this book completely, right? Everyone knows that this book is having three volumes, that is volume 1, volume 2 and volume 3. So I will introduce you what is it there in the volume 1, volume 2 and volume 3. And do not worry, I will post the PDF all these books into my description of this video. Okay, and then third thing is NTNet previous year questions from 2004 to 2019. This is for those who are preparing for NTNet Computer Science. This is for both. Anyone who is preparing for GATE Computer Science is already actually preparing for NTNet, because NTNet is, you can say, is the subset of GATE. Okay, so if you are preparing for GATE Computer Science, then you can easily qualify NTNet. But the condition is that NTNet only master student can give. If you are a master student, you can appear for NTNet, and if you are in your bachelor's, now the rule is changed. If you are in third year of your bachelor, you can give the GATE Computer Science. Earlier this was the rule that in third year you can appear for GATE Computer Science, GATE in general, and in your final year also you can appear for GATE. Then this rule was actually discontinued, and then again it is started from this year, from GATE 2020. Okay. So if you solve this book, GATE Overflow book, that means you have already solved all the questions of NTNet, GATE, and if you are preparing for any PSU examination, this book is more than enough. Okay, this is really a wonderful work done by the GATE community in computer science field. So let me give the introduction of CSPP, what it contains. So this is a very beautiful book if you want to know the connection between operating system, computer architecture organization, digital logic design and programming. So what they have done is they are teaching you, if you want to become a good programmer, how to start like how to start understanding the computer system first, right? If you want to program a computer system, you should know what computer system is, how it is like how it is organized, and how the components of a computer system interact with each other. If you know the internal working of a computer system, then you can write a very good program. If you can take the advantage of registers, cache memory, CPU, if you know all these things, then obviously you will be a very good programmer, right? So let me this book is written by Randall and David. This is really a beautiful book. This is my favorite book actually. If you have to study complete computer science, I think everyone who is a computer science student should study this book, क्योंकि इस बुक से आपको जो मिलेगा वो कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, right? If you will study, let's say you are studying Galvin for operating system, Carl Hamacher for computer architecture, and Maurice Venner for digital logic design, and Carnegie for C programming. So this book you are studying individually, okay? So it will be really hard for you to connect all these books together. But there is a single book, that is Computer System Programmer's Perspective. If you study this book completely, that means you have already covered cow, operating system, digital logic design, and programming in one book, in the details, not in overview, in the details, right? So you will see the content of this book. The content of this book is something like this. First they will tell you what computer system is, right? What is there in a computer system. Then in second they will tell you what are the data formats in a computer system, like hexadecimal, words, data size, what are all these things, like basic thing, very you can say. What is byte, what is word, what is a system bus, what is a data bus. Okay, they will tell you everything about integer representation, integer arithmetic, floating point, how they are represented in a computer system. If you are defining an integer variable in your program, how it is actually stored in the computer system, right? Data formats, arithmetic and logical operations, control, procedure, array, allocation and access, all these things, right? In the chapter 4 they will tell you the architecture of the processor, how internally processor looks like. Okay, so this is a case study of a 86 processor, that is 32-bit processor. Then optimizing the program performance, right? How you can write a optimized program. Okay, like if you are writing a program, and if you can apply optimization in your program, it will take less space and less time at the CPU level. Like number of cycle, it will take very less if you use the optimization technique in your programming. Then they will tell you the memory hierarchy, what are the kind of memories in a computer system, like registers, cache memory, main memory, secondary memory, and then external drives. So how they are actually arranged in a computer system, how they work together, how data is transferred from one kind of memory to another kind of memory, right? Then linking, so how when you use lots of external libraries in your program, how they are linked when the program is executed. Like if you are using printf function in your C program, printf function is a library function, how it will be linked when the program is running. It will be run at the linked with your program at the time of compilation, or at the time of load, or at the time of running time. So how linker works, how loader works, all these are called as system programs. So this particular chapter will tell you about the system programs. Then exceptional control flow, all these things. Then they will tell you about the system calls, signals, interrupts, all these things which you normally study in computer architecture. Then virtual memory, which you study in programming in your operating system, right? How virtual memory and how cache memory both are connected together, how you can access your main memory with the help of physical address or virtual address, how cache memory and your virtual memory and main memory works together to make the program execution simplified. Okay, they will talk about TLB, cache memory, mapping of the cache memories, right? So here are memory mapping, dynamic memory allocation, which are used in C programming, garbage collection. There are so many things in this program, in this particular book. Then they will tell you about the IO devices in a computer system, plus how they interact with the CPU. Okay, so you already know that in a system, in a program, in a computer system, we have only 3 components which are connected to a common system bus. So those 3 components are CPU, main memory, and input-output devices. So in computer architecture we study how they work together. Okay, the functionality of these 3 components, how they interact with each other, how they execute the instruction, how memory stores the instruction, how CPU fetch the instruction and execute the instruction. Mainly how your program is internally executed. Actually we do not study in computer architecture how the components are designed. We study how they work and how they interact with each other. So this is a system bus which help them to interact with each other. Then inside CPU we have one more internal bus which connects your control units, your ALU and registers, right? So what operating system is? Operating system is a resource manager. What are the resources in a computer system? CPU, memory and IO. So operating system manages all these resources. You can say operating system is like a government which is managing all these resources. These are the actually physical resources in a computer system. So government is between resources and the actual people who are accessing these resources. Without operating system's permission, you cannot access any resource. So when they that's why people say that you should study operating system and computer architecture together. Digital logic design will tell you how these components are designed, actually how sequential circuits work, how combinational circuits are designed, how Boolean algebra works, right? All these things you will study in digital logic design. When you are ready with the understanding of operating system, computer architecture and your C programming, then you can write very well programs, like you will be a very good programmer. So network programming in the end you will have as a bonus chapter. You want to study, you can study or you can leave it. That means this book will actually teach you four things, that is operating system, computer architecture and organization, digital logic design, programming. It will not tell you how programs are written. It will tell you if you write a control structure, how it will be executed in a computer system. Okay, that means it will simply, this book is totally doing the post-mortem of your program. Post-mortem means how this program is actually, when you say run my program, then how computer actually allocate the resources to your program, how instructions are fetched one by one, how cache memory comes into the picture, how virtual memory comes into the picture, how a process is divided into pages, how they are loaded into the main memory, how virtual address is converted to physical address. All these things this book will tell you. That means this, instead of studying all the books like Galvin for operating system, Carl Hemacher for Cow, Maurice Mano for digital logic design and Dennis Ritchie for programming, I think you should study first this book. After studying this book you can go to individual books if required, otherwise you can start solving the questions. So this was about the theory. So first I will build your theory for the better understanding of the competitive examination theory. Then I will come to the main part, that is Gate Overflow book. Gate Overflow book is having 3 volumes. So as you know, in Gate Computer Science we have subjects like C programming, data structures, algorithms, right? Then discrete mathematics, TOC. These are the main subjects. Then we have operating system, computer architecture and organization. Then we have digital logic design, computer networks, right? Then we have engineering mathematics, general aptitude, right? All these are the subjects DPMS in your GATE syllabus, GATE Computer Science syllabus. So all these subjects are divided into 3 volumes. These volumes are having only questions and solution. So GATE previous year questions, CMI and ISI, all these questions like TIFR also questions. So in this you have GATE questions, CMI questions, CMI Chennai, that is a research institute, and TIFR, and your ISI, that is Kolkata. Okay, so all these questions are being added into this book, Gate Overflow PDF, so which you can download directly by searching on the Google, or I will also post a link in the description of this video. You can directly download. So all these subjects are divided into 3 volumes. So I will show you how they are divided. So this book will look like this, and this is prepared by Arjun Suresh sir and associates. Lots of people are contributed to this book. When you will open this book, you will see the contribution names. So in the first volume you will find the questions on discrete mathematics, okay, graph theory, first order logic, mathematical logic, set theory and algebra, calculus in engineering mathematics, okay, linear algebra, probability. All these subjects will be found in the volume 1. So that means the volume 1 is actually totally dedicated to mathematics, engineering, discrete mathematics, engineering mathematics and general aptitude. These 3 subjects are included in the volume 1. Then in volume 2, programming, data structures, algorithms, theory of computation. Okay, it will take lots of time to solve each and every question of this book, so we will keep solving. So maybe this series will go for 6 months or 1 year, but we will continue this series until we do not solve each and every question of Gate Overflow book. Okay, if anyone watches all these solutions, then definitely he can get a good rank, top 100 rank in GATE Computer Science, and he can easily qualify NTNet JRF. In the volume 3, you have operating system, computer architecture and organization, computer networks, DBMS, and digital logic design. So remember, only questions and solutions are there in this book. So we will pick the questions from GATE from this book, and we will provide the solution, and all the videos will be public and they will be free. Then in the third series, so the series 1 will be on CSPP, that is Computer System Programmer's Perspective, this book. Okay, so I will just make short lectures on the chapters of this book, and second series will be on GATE Overflow. Then third series will be on NTNet, that will be dedicated to definitely so I have lots of students who are preparing for NTNet Computer Science. So this series will be dedicated to only previous year questions of NTNet from 2004 to 2019. So NTNet started in 2004. So all the questions which are being asked in NTNet, paper 1, paper 2, so not paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3, from 2004 to 2019, we will discuss all the questions from in this series. So the approach will be different. What we will do is we will solve the questions subject wise. Okay, that means, so first I will take the 2019 paper, I will solve the questions of operating system first, then cow, then DBMS, like this. I will solve the question subject wise. That means we will not do like this, that we will take a paper and we will solve it completely. We will not do like this. What we will do is, so every series will be like this. For example, series 3, episode 1, just like you watch a Netflix series or any series. So in the episode 1 you will be having a subject, let us say operating system. Then in episode 2 you will be having the questions on computer architecture. Then in the episode 3 you will be having the question on DBMS. Like this we will release the episodes in this series. All the series will be released in the episodes. So this will be a great learning, and this was my dream to actually make a series on CSPP. So first idea is about Computer System Programmer's Perspective. Once you understand this book completely, then you can crack any interview in computer science, any interview, because this book will give you lots of knowledge. It will take lots of time to actually completely study this book. I will study this book and I will give you the essence of this book, what is actually there. That means I will be making the short videos. For example, this chapter 10 is having the at least 20 pages, right? Those 20 pages I will make a video, and these 20 pages I will record in at least like 1 hour or 1.5 hour, right? So this series I will launch, then GATE Overflow will be going parallelly, and then we will be launching NTNet previous year question series. So one more thing, now we have this company, that is acadeflix.com, and we have an Android application. Okay, you can go to Google Play Store and you can search Acadeflix app, on which we are actually taking online classes for NTNet and GATE, and those classes are free of cost. And we have I have friends who are actually the partners in this Acadeflix, and they are from IIC Bangalore and from IIT Roorkee. So you will be getting a very specialized content for GATE Computer Science and NTNet Computer Science. You can download this application and then you can log into application with your mobile phone number. Then we will add you to a batch either from GATE or NET. You can tell us, and then you can watch the live classes on this application. So the videos of the live classes will also be posted on YouTube channel, and if you miss any live class, you will be having a recording in the same application. That means every class which we take is recorded and posted on the application itself, right? So lots of upcoming plans are there, but the first plan is to start this series, and parallelly we are having the live classes, right? So if you are preparing for any examination in computer science, you should really join these series. So let's meet in the first video of these upcoming series very soon. So you can also you can also post your suggestions in the comments, how we can make this better, and what modifications you want in this series, like what you want, how these series should be organized, right? So thank you everyone, and let's meet very soon.